Welcome to the Humanities Learning Center Awards ceremony. I'm Dr. Amy French, the coordinator of the HLC, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all here today. Before we get started, I would like to acknowledge some of the just wonderful people who are here that have been so integral in making the Humanities Learning Center successful at Delta College. First, and I'll tell the story in a second, but first, our administrators, we have Dr. Jean Goodnow, the president of our college, one of our deans, Ginny Pergaki, and another one of our deans, Dr. Martha Cromer. So thank you all for being here today. Delta is a dynamic community college that educates, inspires, challenges, and supports a diverse community of leaders to achieve academic, personal, and professional excellence. We strive to be our community's first choice to learn, work, and grow. And if you ask me, we're doing that pretty darn well. Back in 2010, my colleague and fellow historian, Dr. Laura Dull, and I were concerned about a rather negative national tone regarding the humanities. Students enter college hopeful for a bright future, but fearful that they will make the wrong choice regarding their field of study and eventual employment. We wanted our students to see humanities majors as viable options to a successful and rewarding career and future. As historians, both Laura and I knew that the skills taught in humanities courses supported a wide range of professions and were critical to solving our nation's political, social, and economic woes. We devised an idea, therefore, for a Humanities Learning Center, a group of people who would champion the humanities and bring the community a host of events to educate and enrich their lives. We brought the idea to our president, Dr. Jean Goodnow, and she was very supportive. With encouragement from areas all over the college, the HLC then was born. The Humanities Learning Center is a group of dedicated Delta employees working alongside community partners to bring the relevance and vitality of the humanities to the Great Lakes Bay region. It doesn't have a physical location, but exists wherever we are celebrating the humanities. We support initiatives to encourage enrollment of students in Delta humanities disciplines and facilitate their transfer to four-year universities. We advocate for the value of the humanities through partnerships with local public schools, brown bag talks, an annual professional development offering for scholars combining technology and humanities, book discussions, and promotion of community events. Several years ago, a colleague made me aware of a Humanities Awards program being conducted by a city in Ontario, Canada. I brought the idea to the HLC's advisory board. We wanted to recognize those in the mid-Michigan region who preserve and foster the humanities. We went into action, especially Ann Elias, creating awards categories and criteria. A year and a half later, we stand here today, poised to recognize the contributions of these deserving award winners. The study of the human experience may best describe the humanities. Through exploration of history, philosophy, literature, film, theater, religion, languages, and politics, we are offered a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. The people being honored here today have shared with us their knowledge, inspired us, and allowed us to connect to the greatest minds and talents of the ages. For that, we thank them. Please join me in a round of applause for our distinguished humanities scholars. Our first award goes to the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Saginaw Valley State University, affectionately known as OLLI, winner of the Outstanding Humanities Organization Award. This award recognizes organizations that have demonstrated leadership in the humanities by making significant contributions to or support of the humanities in their communities. The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at SVSU has supported the humanities for 17 years through its diverse programming. OLLI provides access to the humanities for those aged 50 or older. They offer over 80 classes per semester at little or no cost. Additionally, they host more than 30 trips per year. And I can tell you, people are always telling me about these. I get to hear about them quite a bit, so I know that they must just be wonderful, wonderful trips. As their nominator, Catherine Ellison, stated, OLLI itself is a study of the human experience, and I know that to be true. Thank you, OLLI, for your contribution to the humanities, and I would like you to come up and accept your award.
Well, I would just like to say thank you. We're very honored to be the first Humanities Organization Award winner this year. And I was also an adjunct history instructor at Delta for a couple of years in there as well, and at SVSU, so I know the importance of history and how much fluff it gets in the news these days. So I especially feel for that. But I do try to offer a number of classes at Ollie. I think we have over 90 some for the summer session coming up. Everybody that works in my office says, quit offering so many classes, it's hard to schedule all these. And my associate director, Shelley, is in charge of those fabulous trips. So they're true, the rumors are true, they're all great. So please join us at Ollie if you're 50 and older. But thank you so much.
The Humanities Educator of the Year Award recognizes educators at all levels. So they were competing with a pool that is from kindergarten through a doctoral professor. And we look at anyone in the mid-Michigan region whose professional record reflects a strong commitment to excellence in teaching the humanities. The first award winner is someone who I've had the pleasure of working with as part of the work she's done for the Humanities Learning Center and with the Humanities Learning Center. And I've also gotten to participate in professional development with her. Yvette Kalinowski is an 8th grade history teacher for Midland Public Schools. For years, she has helped Delta College history faculty present a program called History Rocks to 8th graders among the various Midland schools and classrooms. And let me tell you, she does such a good job at this. The students show up on the day off, their day off. They do this on a professional development day, so they don't have to be in school. And they come out to Delta's Midland campus, and they listen to sometimes Ryan Peterson, sometimes Dr. Michael Evans over here, occasionally myself. And they listen to us, expound on history. And so they, and they come even when they don't have to. That's the amazing thing. And because that's what she does. Yvette, she gets people excited about history. She gets people wanting to learn more. So thank you, Yvette, for your contributions to the humanities. And please come on up and get your award. Our other award winner for Humanities Educator of the Year is Nina Knight. She works with a team and they obtain a grant from the Michigan Humanities Council, which has helped fund Indigihistory Project, where the team traveled around Michigan collecting and recording the stories and traditions of tribal elders. Thank you, Nina, for your contributions to the humanities. Please come up and accept your award. The next award is for the Humanities Distinguished Scholar. The Humanities Distinguished Scholar Award recognizes Delta College faculty who have demonstrated excellence in the academic pursuit of the humanities. Professor Kimberly Wells won the award of Distinguished Scholar for many reasons, but not least of which was the creation of her Emmy Award-winning documentary. This documentary helps preserve the story of a Holocaust survivor, the importance of which cannot be underscored. So thank you, Kim, for your contributions to the humanities. Please come up and accept your award. For the Digital Humanities Scholar Award, which recognizes individuals who have made a significant contribution to the field of digital humanities through their active digital scholarship. Her nominator, who's Dr. Michael Evans, states, her blog, Debunking Ancient Aliens Pseudo-History, is an excellent example of a humanities scholar engaging with the public by addressing popular misconceptions of history in an accessible and non-patronizing way. That's exactly what she does. So she takes, if you've ever seen the history program, Ancient Aliens. Ancient Aliens is often, kind of this idea that the aliens did it, right? It's always the aliens, never that humankind might have actually had any innovation in his past. It's the aliens. And so what Chrissy does is she writes, in every episode, she sits and she goes thoughtfully and methodically through that episode and points to actual history and points to, but she does do it in a very non-patronizing way. She does it in a way that makes it so that you can look at this and say, I've learned something now, and I want to learn something. She doesn't alienate anyone. No pun intended. Her work brings interesting insight into history in an innovative way. So thank you, Christina, for your contributions to the humanities. Please come up and accept your award. Our final award winner is Benjamin Barrett, who is a Delta student who won the Emerging Humanities Scholar Award for the work he did as an honors project for one of my courses, History of Women and Gender in the United States. And so, well, I'll give you the criteria and then I'll tell you a little backstory. So, the Emerging Humanities Scholar Award recognizes Delta College students who have demonstrated excellence in the academic pursuit of the humanities. When Ben went, you might think, oh, she's his professor, she helped him do this. No, not at all. I didn't help one bit. He went to himself. He finds Edith Bailey. He went to the Castle Museum. He kind of looks around. He's trying to find someone. Edith Bailey happens to be in at the Castle Museum of Saginaw County History. Happens to be in the Hall of Fame. And we have this little, and I say I'm very proprietary over everything in Saginaw. But he goes in there and we have this little exhibit there that just has pictures of some Saginaw County Hall of Fame winners and little bios that have been compiled into a book that comes out every year, the Saginaw Hall of Fame book. And he goes about and he starts uncovering this woman. And he has a hard time because there's very little written about her, as is often the case with women in women's history. Because women who behave seldom make history. Laurel, that's your Ulrich. And so he has a hard time finding anything, but he starts uncovering the story. And he goes over to the First Ward Community Center. And the First Ward Community Center, she was the first director there. And he interviews people. And he finds this tale about her, about how she personally impacted their lives, how she, in some ways, set some people on the straight and narrow. And he creates this YouTube mini documentary on this influential woman. It required filming at several locations. He filmed at the Castle Museum and the First Ward Community Center. It involved a lot of historical research. And it involved a lot of interviews. And in doing so, he uncovered the history of Edith Bailey, a member of the Saginaw County Hall of Fame and the first director of the First Ward Community Center. It was a very skillful production and is now used to educate other people about this notable Saginawyan. So thank you, Ben, for your contributions to the humanities. Please come on up. No? Yeah, you. You're one of my students, of course you'll say something.
I'm very honored to receive this award. It was very humbling to shed some light on Edith Bailey. She was a prominent historical figure of the Saginaw community. I would like to thank, first of all, Dr. French for providing the guidance for conducting the project. Tom Trombley from the Castle Museum helped me a lot with the research. He was really helpful, actually, because there wasn't much to go off of. And then Michelle McGregor with the First Ward Community Center. She was the current director, and she gave me all the tools I needed. She helped me. She let me film there and interview people, and it was just really helpful. So, yeah, thank you to all those people. Yeah.
So we truly are a community college, and we truly are a strong community. A community of educators, a community of leaders, and a community of innovators. And so congratulations to all of these amazing humanities scholars who have led by their own example in the various areas that they have. So thank you once again. And then please join us for cake to celebrate their achievements. And I encourage you to now, I know you weren't mingling before, but maybe now that you know a little bit about them, you'll mingle a little after and ask them about their work, because they've done far more fascinating things than I've been able to recount today. Thank you very much for coming today, folks.